Good Saturday morning, everybody. It is the 1st of July, and I'm Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. I know some of you are getting tired of seeing me. It's like, geez, you're on in the morning, and now you're on in the afternoon, in the evening. Well, it could be that way again today. I'm sorry. It's just the weather. It's the way it is. Weather stick is red. Severe weather graphics again in the red today because of the threat that will be coming again this afternoon. And again, like I said yesterday in this podcast, and then if you were watching the live coverage yesterday afternoon and evening, it's really hard with these kind of systems to pin down exactly where they're going to happen and when they're going to happen. Like yesterday, it was like I'm looking at my watch and I'm thinking about what I said yesterday morning in this podcast. And I said, get ready this afternoon. They're just going to blow up. It's going to happen. And I'm looking at my watch, 3, 4. Okay. Don't, don't make me look bad. Come on, Mama Nature, let it go. And then soon after that, she did. So yeah, it's going to be like that. Sometimes you'll look and you'll think, boy, it's getting ready to cut loose, and then nothing happens. And then all of a sudden, when it does start happening, it happens pretty quickly. And that's the dangerous part of all of this is like, the threats: heavy rain, possible flooding, large hail, incredibly electrifying lightning. I mean, intense lightning, wind damage, and possibly, I mean, we can't say there's no tornado threat because there's always a small tornado threat. So all of that is there. Plus, you're likely to lose power. A lot of folks did yesterday. You're likely to lose a tree. I mean, but again, any place, anytime. More likely this afternoon, and I'll show you why. There's stuff going on this morning, but it's east of us. Here's a look at the radar, and most of what's happening is central to eastern Kentucky. And you see the frontal boundary, that was pretty much the trigger, and the heat. The sunshine and the heat yesterday really triggered those thunderstorms late in the afternoon. But you can see a lot of this is going, again, up and over the ridge, and it will continue to do so today. But the frontal boundary, is further west. So what's happening here, just to illustrate a little bit, let me get my little pen and marker out here. Everything is kind of flowing like this right now. The warm front, or this kind of stall boundary, is forcing a lot of this a little bit further north. Then it starts to take that turn off to the south. Okay, that's what you're seeing occurring this morning. But as this low is going to move a little further east or wobble back and forth here. It's again one of those silly, crazy situations where this thing just can't make up its mind what it's doing. The ridge of high pressure, the dome, the heat dome is here. Most of this area today, south, well, including Bowling Green, I should have drew Bowling Green in there, is going to be under a lot of heat and humidity. There's heat advisories even for us today. So here's the deal. Some of this is later on, as we get into the day, going to take that turn again further south and east. So when that happens, that's when we're likely to see some of the worst activity. And the timing of this looks to be after, again, late in the day, 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock is when we're expecting thunderstorms again to blow up in the area. Now, that's not good news for the fireworks shows that are going on out there, like Thunderfest, which the gates open at 3, And I think as we start, we're going to be okay. It's just going to be hot, muggy, but that's typically the way it is every year. But then as we get closer to the time to set off the fireworks, that's when I'm a little bit concerned that we could be watching again a repeat of what happened yesterday. So that's the way it looks now. There is a caveat, as I've said before, there is a kind of a hanging chad, a throwback to a long time ago election. The hanging chad is we could have enough heat and humidity like yesterday to blow up a storm anywhere, anytime. It's just that kind of an atmosphere. It may not need the trigger of that front. It may be the trigger of a boundary that is left in the atmosphere from yesterday's thunderstorm activity that we can't even see, the models can't see. It's just there. If that is heated up enough today, then we could have storms form way before late afternoon and evening. So that's why I'm really pushing this any place, any time. That's there should be a banner behind me that says any place, anytime. Because that is basically the core of the forecast. And it's going to be this way, not just today, but tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday. And I'm looking at most of next week being kind of the same way, off and on. So I know that's not exactly what you want to hear, but this isn't going away. This isn't going away at all. This holiday weekend, you can make your plans. Go ahead, make your plans, go, but be armed with your phone or with your weather radio or with some way to monitor the weather. Sam 100.7. We do instant weather bulletins from the Weather Service. As soon as a warning is issued, an alert is issued, you'll hear it on your radio. So take a radio with you, or you can listen to us online on your phone. Yeah, bowlinggreensam.com. All right. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to the nitty gritty stuff. What is the threat? Here it is, both for today and tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center is showing there's a level 3 today. It's not necessarily Bowling Green, but it's from Bowling Green west. Okay. That orange area on the left side of the graphic, that is a level 3 enhanced risk. And that's where there is more possibility that we could see not only straight line wind damage, but large hail and even a tornado threat. Okay. Now, the rest of us, level 2, that's I-65 east, level 2, slight risk. Still, all threats are on the table, but maybe not as much of a threat because you've had rain. Some of you have had rain overnight and this morning, and that has lowered the instability levels a bit, but not completely. So, again, be on guard. What was it? Any place, anytime. Thank you. I heard you. Somehow I heard you. It's great. You're paying attention. That's what I like. Now, look to the right. That's tomorrow, Sunday. We're all under the level 2 slight risk because it looks like we're going to get a repeat of the past couple of days again on Sunday and maybe even Monday and Tuesday. I'm just telling you, I know they're holidays, but Mother Nature doesn't pay attention to the calendar. She just doesn't. She ignores it. Doesn't matter. But shall I bring up December 11th of 2021 before Christmas? Tornadoes? She's not looking at the calendar. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a holiday. It doesn't matter. When it happens, it happens. Okay, let's take a look at rain. I'm curious here because I haven't looked at this yet either of who picked up the most rain yesterday, and it certainly wasn't Warren County. Look at that, mere drops in the bucket, even though it came down pretty good for a little bit. It looks like Hopkins County. Is that Hopkins County? Let me see. Yeah, Madisonville. Remember, there were strong storms over there. If you watched my live coverage yesterday, inch and a quarter, and there was a really good bullseye of hail and high winds and rain there. And then down into Allen County, remember that Scottsville, there were reports of 1 inch hail and some trees down there yesterday. Almost, well, just a little bit over 1 3/4 inches of rainfall. Then in Franklin, there was a good cell there, over 1 inch of rain. And then the rest of us, either nothing or very little. So even though these things are pretty threatening, they're not bringing all that much in the way of rain, measurable rainfall, unless you just happen to get under the core of one of those collapsing storms, and then you get a bunch. All right, here's a look at temperatures this morning. Yeah, you can step outside and it's muggy already. Temperatures starting out in the low 70s. It is going to be that kind of a day once again. The air that you can wear, it's like putting on about 10 layers of t-shirts. It's going to be kind of like that again today. Dress lightly, okay? Especially if you're going to be outside or going to an event. It is going to be that part I'm not looking forward to. I'm going to Thunderfest, of course, but I'm not looking forward to that part. Being out there in the heat and humidity, I need a portable air conditioner or something. Okay, here's a look at the 10-day blender. There is some relief coming after we get through these ongoing series of complexes and storms. But look at that. How about mid 90s? That may be overdoing it. It's the models are taking into account that we're going to have several hours of no rain. But if those any place, anytime showers try to pop up, then that would bring that number down. But this is going with 96 or mid 90s. I'm going more with low to mid 90s, but still the heat index is going to be right at 100 or higher during the heat of the afternoon before any storms start to form. And then after that, we do cool down, if you can call it that, upper 80s to low 90s into next week, and then mid 80s by the time we get to next weekend. There's going to be rain chances pretty much every day in the week coming up. So, uh, that may do a number on the temperatures as far as what you saw there. They're going to flex a lot. Sorry, my nose is itching this morning. Somebody coming? That's the old saying. Okay, here's a look at the model map. And again, I'm going to put in this caveat that the models consistently are having a hard time with placement and timing of these systems coming in. Really, it's a guessing game. It's just, it's like whatever pops, wherever it pops, oh, that's what's happening. It's hard to predict just exactly where these storms are going to happen. But this is a general idea. So I want you to understand that, okay? So here is our high pressure dome, kind of like this. High pressure is down south, and making this is where all the heat is too. So the storms continue to go up and over and then back down the periphery or the outer edge of that dome. So this pattern that you're looking at right here, it's going to be with us all weekend and even into Monday and Tuesday. We don't, maybe Monday it starts to break down just a little, but today and tomorrow for sure, this is exactly what's going to happen. Now, where the storms are placed, that's the big question. So here we go this morning. It's seeing the storms off to the north and west of us, and they're going to primarily stay north, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to see some development like yesterday just pop up out of nowhere You get enough lift and enough heat that it pushes the lift happens, and it breaks that cap or lid that's on the kind of boiling water. When you get it too hot and you've got a lid on it, it starts to, do this. And then all of a sudden, the lid comes off and you get thunderstorms. That's likely to happen again today. That's why you don't at first see anything painted in here about mid afternoon, but then we go late afternoon and evening, and then this model is starting to say, wait a minute, look at this. Yeah, look at all this. And then it starts to be contaminated with these pop-up thunderstorms, and then they just build rapidly. We saw that yesterday. They just go crazy and can dump a lot of rain. This is about 7 o'clock this evening. Now, again, will those storms be on placed right there where I'm showing it? No, not necessarily. That's why I say any place, anytime. And the placement and timing is not perfect. In this case, in this scenario, it's like, forget all of that. Forget all oh, this is where it's going to happen. No, this is going to be very random. Okay. So, this is why if you're an event planner or you've got something going on, this cluster could be more over here, over Bowling Green, or it could be more over here at the Land Between the Lakes, or it could be more down here into Nashville. I mean, this is only a guesstimate of where it's going to be. But when they pop up, like yesterday, look out. Here we go into tomorrow night, and we're looking at this more of a line of thunderstorms. This is after 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah, that's concerning. That looks like it could have some wind damage because it becomes a Boeing segment. And again, placement, it shows it a little further north of Bowling Green, but don't bet on that. Just do not, because these things are so volatile and so they just happenstance. Overnight tonight, more thunderstorms, kind of like this morning. And then tomorrow, we're going to see several waves coming through. Here's one that comes in from the southwest that's going to have a lot of rain and wind damage potential with it, hail potential. That's why we're keeping us in the slight risk tomorrow. And here we go again. Look at that. Not only one, but two rounds of thunderstorms coming through, and all of those could be severe again. So here we go into Sunday evening, into early Monday morning, and we're not done. We're still not done. That's a lot. I know it's a lot, but I'm hoping that I'm describing this in a way to where you will not assume that it's not going to happen. You need to do the other, flip that coin. You're going to assume that it is going to happen, and it is going to happen to you. That's what you need to assume. But you better than assume, you need to prepare. Okay, because it may not hit you today, may not hit you tomorrow, it may hit you at some other time, and it probably will hit when you don't expect it, like yesterday. So just always be paying attention to what the weather's doing. Monitor it. Okay, so here's the log jam of systems still hanging around the area. High pressure down to the south, covering the Gulf Coast. So we get plenty of Gulf moisture. It's all settled in here. It's just, you can almost wring it out. You go outside, you can wring out your shirt. The weather that you wear, air that you wear. Yeah. So here we go this morning into the afternoon. Look at that severe weather threat, rain, thunderstorms coming in waves, interruptions in fireworks shows, outdoor events. You just need to know that. Here's about 7 o'clock tonight. Some of the heaviest of the rain looks to come in about 7, 8 o'clock. Then here comes a cold front. This cold front is going to come through once we get into Sunday night, Monday morning, but it's not going much of anywhere. So here's Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. there's the front, and everything starts to hang up again. It stalls. So more thunderstorms, as you see, even into Monday afternoon and into Tuesday. Yeah, dirty high sits there, contaminated, as the front stalls in the Tennessee Valley, keeps rain or at least some showers in the forecast Tuesday. And into Wednesday, the front comes back north. Here comes another cold front. So this is just going to keep repeating even into next week. There's Thursday. We're in the green, the rainy part and thunderstormy part every single day next week, even into Friday. And that's when that front comes through. There is a high pressure that builds in back behind it. So by next weekend, we may be finally rid of this and in the clear somewhat. By the way, yesterday's high was 97. I think that makes it the hottest day of the year so far, 97, which is 8 degrees above the average of 89. We're still 4.25 inches behind on rainfall. All right. So these storms are not really producing all that much in the way of beneficial rain unless you just get dumped on all at once. So just know that drought wise, we're still behind by 4.25 inches. Um, that's, something that's probably going to be made up little by little over the coming days. So again, play it safe. Have a way to monitor the weather, your phone, a weather radio, SAM 100.7 instant bulletins. Please remember, what did I say? Any place, anytime. You got it. Thank you. And thank you for watching, and thank you for paying attention to the weather. You guys get it. Other people don't. But anyway, such is life. God bless you. Thank you for watching. I'll be monitoring the weather all day, even though I'm going to go out to Thunderfest this afternoon, do some live stuff there. I'll be watching the weather. I will. God bless you. Have a good day.